What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the ActionSofa for a very special episode, possibly more. We recently lost a bunch of video, and so I am recording by myself because Duncan is in a coma. No, that's too sad. Duncan died. No, that's even worse. Duncan is on a business trip, so he told me to go back to the recording space and record some stuff. Sans himself, he was okay with it. So I'm probably just gonna ramble and rant to myself, just kind of stream of consciousness stuff. And maybe I'll insert some random audio clips from Duncan every once in a while, because I edit and I can do whatever I want. As you can see from the screen, I am playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, which is a fantastic game. And I am super excited to start a game right now. This is super weird. I've watched a lot of episodes of people who record Let's Play videos on their own, and it's a lot harder than you'd think it would be, because you're just kind of talking to yourself. And I guess I'm kind of talking to you too, so it's not so bad. Oop, story. But it's really strange. Like, I'm just sitting in the space by myself where Duncan would usually be, responding to things I'm saying, and I got stuck on the weak team. We're just gonna lose. Where's the fun in that? I already dislike this guy. Hey, Mute, where's your little bear today? Oh, so that's obviously not me. He didn't want his precious bear to get wet in the snow. Oh, did your mommy give you that bear? Oh, what's your problem, new kid? That new kid's probably me. Leave him alone. He's not going to say anything anyway. He's like a little girl. What? Man, kids are awful. Hey, that's gender discrimination. It is, pink-haired girl. It is. And there's some little girls who can kick your butt. Sorry. And I know some little girls who can kick your butt. Well, Ritz, what's your problem? I'm getting all their voices confused. I'm sorry. You don't want to be on that team, right? How about we switch? Would that be better? Let's start already. So this is the tutorial of the game. You should speak up. Tell me your name at least. You can't be the new kid forever. She's obviously my friend and I still don't like her. Marsh is a dumb name, so let's name him no. We should go lowercase. Can we go lowercase? Yeah, we can. We're gonna name him Portos. No, that's dumb. Smith. Portsmouth. All right, there we go. Yes. So this is a quick tutorial. They're gonna teach me how the combat system works. For people who played Final Fantasy Tactics, sorry, Portsmouth. You don't have to apologize to me, Mute. Mute? Who names their kid Mute? You haven't done anything wrong. Okay, God. Okay, Mr. Leslie, we're ready to go. Then let's get this snowball fight started already. Wait, this teacher is this like gym class? It's been a long time since I played this. I don't really remember the reasoning behind having a snowball fight. But for those of you who played the original Final... Okay, yes. Gotten used to the snow and St. Ivalis. For people... Okay, I'm just going to start here and talk through this guy's story. Ivalis was the setting of the original Final Fantasy Tactics, and that's really the only connection between this game and the original. This isn't a sequel, this isn't a remake. It's a completely individual game. And it runs in a similar fashion, except that all of the combat in Final Fantasy Advance Tactics has a judge. And that's what this teacher is standing in for right now. In that there's always a rule and you can't do some things. Like maybe you can't use ranged attacks, or maybe you can't use magic, or maybe you can't use melee, or you can't use You can't ever take a step to the left or something stupid, and that'll come up more in the later game. All right. Yes, sir. It never snowed. This is practically my first snowball fight ever. Oh, very clever, Square. Really? Then let me give you some pointers. This is a good tutorial. Ritz, could you help us out? Sorry, Ritz, could you help us out? Yes, Mr. Leslie. Kids with the highest speed move first. Once your turn comes around, first you have to move. Or sorry, move. You can only get a set distance, so think first, then move. When the menu isn't up, press the B button to see your move range. You can redo a move as many times as you want. Ready to move? We're just children, I barely know you. Okay, now that you're in position, you can throw a snowball. Choose snowball from the action menu. This is a conversation that could never happen in real life. Never has anyone told me to open my action menu before I threw a snowball. The green colored panels show your throwing range. Now choose where you want to aim with that range. And no one from the other team is in range, just wait. Sorry. Waiting makes your next turn come around quicker. Okay, here it goes. Hey-ya! Once you've thrown, you have to choose a facing. Once you've chosen a facing, your end turns. Your turn ends. Understand? Repeat lesson? No. Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Ritz, Mr. Leslie. What a weird concept that you wouldn't know how to move or throw a snowball. Good luck, Portsmouth. Portsmouth. Why did I pick that name? That's my name for the rest of the game now. Ugh. You know, getting the high ground is important. If I've learned anything from the Star Wars prequels. Do it. Yeah, so as I say, this is a great way to run a tutorial, because you're technically in a combat, but it's a meaningless combat, because this isn't even, spoiler alert, this isn't the Ivalice that you know. This isn't a Final Fantasy realm. Like, this is a pretty humdrum, run-of-the-mill kind of place. Sort of. Oh, there's a trick to throwing a snowball too. It's easier to hit someone from the side or behind. Think about which way your opponent's facing when you move. So this teacher is really like, he's like, you should totally just wail on people from behind. That's a good idea. Really surprise other children. Just plow them in the face with the back of the head with snowballs. I think this is I can't remember which one was the leader, which one was being the jerk to everybody, so Undine, you know she's a jerk. They're all picking on Mute. Because his name is Mute and he looks like that, and why wouldn't you pick on that kid? Guinness! I don't even know where to start there. His parents didn't even give him a chance. This is coming from the controller of Portsmouth. The high ground. Plow this guy right in the side of the head. Boom. And everyone's taking 1 damage, so no one's getting hurt in this game. Let's teach Guinness a lesson. You won't soon forget. Wow. Yeah, so as I say, Duncan's gone. He's off doing actual business stuff. Did I try and hit the teacher earlier? I was wondering why I couldn't hit that kid with a snowball. It's because it's not a kid. I don't need to move, I just need to snowball. I'm gonna snowball this kid right in the side of the head. Plow. Guinness is getting it from both sides. And as someone who grew up in Canada, I can tell you that getting a snowball on the side of the head never feels good. I know running away, Mute. But that's what Mute does best. Yeah, I've completely forgotten what their voices are. It doesn't matter. They won't be in the story for much longer beyond this. Yeah, and now they all proceed to beat the crap out of... Will you two stop it? Beat the crap out of Mute. What, we're not breaking any rules. Sure, you've been aiming at Mute this whole time. Are you okay, Mute? Yeah, I'm fine. Was that Mute's voice? I don't remember. See, he says he's fine, so what's the problem? He knows you'd pick on him worse if he said anything else. Mute's a big sissy. Everyone knows it. He's gonna get sweet, sweet revenge. Ooh, his forehead's bleeding. Bet you there was a rock in there. You never put a rock in a snowball. That is uncool. Even if you're a bully. Like, that is not okay. Or ice. Never throw an ice ball. I've learned that lesson. Picked up a giant snowball and hurled it at a friend. Like up over the side of his snow fort and almost killed him because it was mostly ice. Like, as it flew through the air, you could see like snow flaking off it, and it was just this big gleaming chunk of ice. Yeah, sorry, Lonnie. I almost killed you that day. Yep, so she's got all white hair, so she dyes it pink. Children, behave. The snowball fight is over. Finally, he's acting like a teacher and actually sorting this mess out. Good lord. What a ridiculous school. Like, that guy needs to lose his job. Thank you. I can't stand bullies who pick on little kids. Those jerks. So, Portsmouth, what are you doing after this? Why? Not hanging out with you wieners. I was going to buy this book. I was wondering if you wanted to come along. No, I'm good. Wow. He was born with something that we have to take him to the hospital for all the time. That's awful. It's about monsters and magic and stuff like that. It's a D&D book, isn't it? You're a D&D nerd. Why don't you bring it over to my house? I'm sure Doned, my brother, would love to see it. Doned! Oh my god, these names. Well, if you're sure it's okay. I've lost his voice too. I don't know what I'm doing now. Why don't you come too, Ritz? At least Ritz is kind of a cool name, I guess. She's too cool to be hanging out with us. I'll come over as soon as I buy that book. I have a friend. Yeah, okay. You can be friends with my little sick brother. He'll be dead soon. He won't be stigmatized by being friends with this kid. Who's this hipster weirdo? Oh, thanks. I love the sprite and the sprite work in this game. Looks so good. I love the this is one of my favorite times in video games where everything was in a transition period between going to 3D and staying in sprites, and man, I just loved it. Little cafe in the car. Oh, this kid knows Mute. Oh god, it's Mute's dad. That explains a lot. We got hit in the head with a rock, Dad. No, we aren't friends with him. Don't nod yes. Don't lie to your father. And off he goes. There's gonna be a lot of story in this, so if it's part of the reason that I picked this game is it's a lot slower, so I could just kind of ramble without paying a whole lot of attention to what I'm doing. So I apologize if someone was like, this story is fascinating and I love every minute of it, because I'm gonna be cycling through it pretty quick. I'm gonna read it so that I have a good idea of what's going on. So that when Duncan does get back, and he'll be back in a few days, so we'll be back to our regular two host shows, but he might actually want to continue this series, so we'll figure it out. I'm gonna assume this is Doned. Doned? That name, Doned? It looks like a sickly little kid. Yeah, the school's teaching us about pneumonia. Does my character have a little rat tail? Looking at his sprite, it looks like he does. Ugh. That was something that needed to never happen. Rat tails. I don't know if you grew up in the late 80s and early 90s, but that was a thing. Think of... Man, I'm referencing Star Wars again. Think of, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi's character from the first prequel movie with that little thing that he has running down the side of his head that everyone hated. Yeah, that was the kind of thing that people had, and it was gross. It was just as gross in real life as it was in that movie. I don't care if it was a Padawan thing. It's dumb. Oh darn, you spend all day reading and playing games. That's a shame. That's not a dream life. There's a lot of story in this episode, so I'm gonna let this one run a little bit long, and we'll get into the real cheese and crackers of this game in the next episode. But let's get through this stuff. This is perfect fantasy storyline. Like this is never-ending story level stuff. Finding a magic book. Sorry, I mean a really old, mysterious book that no one can read. That was a 3-second spoiler since you're about to see this crazy book in action. It's kind of cool seeing all of this happen. Like, I played this on the original Game Boy Advance, and it looked really good on that. But blowing this up onto my TV, because I'm using the Retron 5 again. These are all the different races of the actual Ivalice that we'll be going to. Damn it, I spoiled that again, I guess. Oh well, whatever. It can run Game Boy Advance games on the Retron 5, and it looks really good on a TV. Like, I thought blowing it up like this would make it super pixely and just like kind of gross to look at, but I still really love it. I think they did a phenomenal job on this. Look, a magic circle. Maybe this is in Latin or something. There are some later editions. What does this say? Alta oron sondus Camila. I think I may have just opened up a rift in my recording space. I'm sorry. If I disappear and someone finds this audio, now you know I've gone to Ivalice. Don't it. What the hell, man? If you could use magic, maybe you'd be better at sports. Yeah, that's what I would do if I knew magic. I would play sports. I actually might. If I had super speed and stuff like that, I would probably go into the Olympics. See, this is this exact statement. What if the world in this book was a real world? Like, that is something all nerds growing up thought. Reading a book and going, oh, I wish I lived in this universe. Yeah, that's brilliant. It's a brilliant connection to, I'd say, probably 90% of the people who are playing this game right now. Yeah, awesome. I've asked that question. Make any game real, which would it be? Final Fantasy. I wish I could play Final Fantasy 2, kid. If only you were in a Final Fantasy game, maybe you wouldn't be so wienery. I don't know, I think I'd probably live in like Minecraft or something like that, just running around, eating pork and beef all day. Not having to worry. Bread. You get blown up by a creeper, you just wake up in bed and you're fine. Rebuild your house and move on. Constantly adventuring. Sounds like a hell of a life. Build yourself a mansion, just live in that. Drink a fire resistance potion and just go swimming in lava. It can be a lot of fun. I wish I could use magic. Donut, it's time for your medicine. I'll be in the kitchen. Okay, Mom. I can't get down the stairs. I'm in a wheelchair. Oh, Donut. Yeah, like, look at this. This looks great. This is a Game Boy Advance game. This is crazy. God. Wonderful. Looking at these little sprites just makes me happy. No. What? Magic book? I'm shocked. This also reminds me, like, the way these sprites look reminds me a lot of Chrono Trigger. And, like, the enemies and stuff. I wonder if it was a similar designer. I'm gonna have to look into that between episodes. Who left a kettle on while people are sleeping? This is unsafe. He's gonna be very confused when he wakes up. Okay, so that was, you guys got a super long episode here, like an extra almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to advance the story at all, so you guys will know what's going on, or I'll try not to advance the story at all, and I will see you next time, by myself, on the Action Sofa.